To be able to truly thrive, we have to be able to heal. But in order to heal, you have to be able to talk about it. But you can't talk about something until you have a safe space to do it. And BBLI creates that. This is their first time in their professional world that it is truly a safe space to be vulnerable, to be honest, to be angry, to be hurt, to be inspired and encouraged, and to be proud to be Black in that room is what is so unique to BBLI. It's Candice Simmons, and I'm VP Senior Business Execution Consultant for Wells Fargo. Who am I? I mean, if I think about one word that describes me, I would say determined. I'm very innovative and creative, so I would be the person that's always with a new idea or a new what if or a new challenge. But along my journey, I think what best describes me is I've just learned to grow where I'm planted. You don't always have to move to reach your highest point. You can grow and thrive right where you are, and that has just opened so many doors for me. When I came to Orlando, it was the first time I really got to see communities show their cultural heritage and their pride and be proud of what that represents and require others to respect their culture and their identity and what it means. And I thought, oh, well, I'm a Black woman. There's no shame in that. This community taught me how to embrace. I also learned, unfortunately, when you hide your true story and your identity, there are others who need to see that. So the more I grew my voice in understanding who I am as a Black woman, there were other Black women that kind of followed and said, oh my God, you know, I heard your story, or, you know, thank you for those words. I'm battling the same thing. And so moving here was pivotal. So Sandy Vidal with the Central Florida Foundation, me and her have worked together for years serving the community. Trusted partner, and I think now I can call her friend. She reached out and she said, hey, we're working on this initiative. I have a small group of Black leaders across Central Florida to just think about what does it mean to try to help our nonprofits diversify here in Central Florida. And I think at the time the data shows our nonprofits had at least one African American serving on the board, right? It's like, yes, allow me to be of service to you. And this really hit home because this was another example of how do we help create those spaces where we can walk into a room and authentically bring our talent and our time and our treasure to the table, but realizing that some of these systems weren't built for us. So joining the committee, I remember some of those initial conversations, we weren't even trying to solve for it yet. It wasn't even about the solutions. It's like, let's understand the problem. And so for me, I got to vulnerably share my experience. I don't think I had a vision of what it would be. I was hopeful that it would be something incredible. I was hopeful that it would be something that the Black community would feel connected to. I was hopeful that it would create a community for them. And that first class, it was beyond my wildest imagination, because these leaders, you would have thought we've known each other for years because our stories were connected. They were similar. Our hurt was real and it was deep, and we could all relate. We no longer felt like is it just me? You go through these things in your workplaces and in your jobs and your professional world, and you can start to question yourself, like maybe it's just me. And so it felt validating almost to be like, oh, I am not alone. Like, it has really created a lifeline for them that I wish 24 years ago I would have had. So if you're thinking about it or you're curious, come meet a few of them. I think they'll sell you on it better than I could.